I've heard you talk about the need for all this housing because you have significant economic development opportunities that are coming to your community. Can you talk about what those look like, and what do you think Albany looks like? You know, a city from the 1600s. What is the city going to look like in 2050 when these investments have settled in?
Well, we do have a very bright economic outlook right now. There has been significant investment in a huge chip fab plant that's just to the north of the city. It's expanding again. We're the home to U Albany and the College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering, which has learned that it is now going to be home to the National Semiconductor Technology Center. So, really, those who are developing chips all over the world are going to want to be and have a presence in Albany so that they can interact with the NSTC. So it's a huge opportunity. We also have a pharmaceutical company that's located just across the river and is now expanding to our side of the river. We're on the Hudson River here. And so a lot of opportunity in the med space as well. And we want to ensure that we're creating housing at all levels for everyone who is coming here. You know, the challenge with the city of Albany is that geographically we're pretty small. We're only about 21 square miles, and we're surrounded by very large suburbs. And those large suburbs have, for all intents and purposes, created zero affordable housing and have expected all of the affordable housing, all of the subsidized housing to be built in our cities. And so we are still focused on how do we diversify our economy rather than having these high concentrations of poverty, which we know are not a recipe for success. And so it's an interesting balance. Right now, actually, the balance is too much in the area of affordability. We have a lot of subsidized housing being built here. We were building a lot of market rate housing, which was new for Albany, hadn't happened in decades at any scale. We were seeing some real success, over 2,500 units that came online during my term so far as mayor. But our council passed what, you know, their hearts were in the right places, but what really has turned out to be inclusionary zoning rules that have made it impossible for any market rate development to get built in the city. And so what that means is that we're not building housing for people who make $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. Those are individuals who don't qualify for subsidized housing. And we're not building that, you know, that would be market rate for us. We're not building that market rate housing because it doesn't pencil out. So I'm trying to work with our council and with the housing advocates to focus on what we need to do to ensure that we are creating affordability at all levels. We want those engineers to move into the city of Albany. That helps our economy. People want a grocery store downtown. Well, if we want a grocery store downtown, we need to ensure that we are creating a pathway for that to happen. And that's by creating a mixed income neighborhood, not a concentrated low income neighborhood.